Okay, so I'll thank you very much. And I'm Homer Nottingham. We'll be doing some respiratory talking today. So we're going to talk a little bit different. It's going to change your entire life if you pay attention to it. If you don't, it's okay. It'll change your life anyway. It's probably the most important thing you'll ever discuss. For health, wellness, longevity, it will increase your longevity considerably, but not only increase your longevity considerably, it will also increase your health span. And that's more important than lifespan. So we want to increase the health span. We do it with the breath. You say the breath, well, what's the breath? Well, most of us ignore our breath. We do it 25,000 times a day. And we never even think about it. We never change it. We keep going through life breathing the same way, doing the same things over and over after about age 20. Now we lose 700 cells from our brain every day, so the scientists used to think that that's what caused dementia, because the brain would shrink. And in 1998 they found out that that doesn't happen. The brain will recover those cells. And breathing is one of the ways that you can really get a lot of brain fitness as well as body fitness and physical fitness. You don't want to ignore it. You've ignored it your entire life probably. It's time to really get serious about it. So I'm going to teach you 5 ways. Now we've got 31 ways of breathing in Qigong that we use, all different types of ways. And those of you that have taken my classes before, what do we do after every exercise? Anyone remember? We're laughing at the end, yeah. But we breathe. Old lady, old sage strokes his beard. Or we'll do one exercise, wise woman strokes her hair, or a beautiful lady strokes her hair, after every single exercise we do. Why? Because we build up stress and tension in our body. Here's what the scientists are telling us about stress and tension in our body. 60 to 90% of every illness you have, of every injury that you get, is coming from stress and tension, according to Harvard, Stanford, and Cal. All their medical schools will tell you that. So why not get rid of some stress and tension from your body? You get rid of the stress and tension from the body, you get rid of 60 to 90% of your doctor visits. That's pretty good. And there's easy ways to do that, and it's simply, and the doctors are telling us the same thing, is that movement is medicine. It's the best medicine in the body that you can get. Breathing is movement, but we don't pay any attention to it. So we breathe normally. If I put a stopwatch out right now, which I do in class, sometimes I'll put a stopwatch out on my phone, and we'll count our breaths. Usually you'll breathe about 17 to about 22 times per minute, just normal, just normal breathing. And you're breathing very shallow into about here when you take a normal breath. So every once in a while, maybe a couple of times a week, you want to rebalance the body a little bit and get it back into good shape and get rid of some of the stress and tension out of your body and get rid of some of the illnesses that's been hanging on forever, like Bob's hanging on for 50 years. But he finally got rid of the pharmaceutical drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs are very, very good, and they know exactly what they're doing. So keep taking the drugs, but also get a little movement in the body, a little different movement, and start to pay attention to what you're doing with the breath. The respiratory system. We have 12 systems in our body, and it's all basically, here they are. This is my Smithsonian book of just a few of the systems. We got all kinds of systems. We never pay much attention to them, but breathing is what works all of these. That's what makes them function. Without proper breathing, they don't properly function. And then you might have a knee problem, you might have a brain problem, you might have a heart problem, you might have other problems because the systems in your body are not working properly. So when you breathe, like you're breathing right now, you're breathing in and out. So you breathe in and out through your mouth. What happens? The air goes in, goes into the lungs, and comes back out your mouth. So the first thing you want to learn, if you want to learn to breathe, you want to breathe for health and wellness, have a lot of energy and a lot of fire and fun in your life, you learn to breathe through the nose. Nose breathing is essential. You see, when you breathe through the nose, when I breathe in through my nose here, where's my air going now? Breathe in through your nose only. Where's it going? Right up in here and right in here. You see what's up in here? Well, this is where your brain's at, of course, but right up in here is your pituitary gland, your hypothalamus, and that controls hormones in your body. If you breathe through your mouth, you're eliminating all of this area up in your head. It's just going in and out, and then what happens when you breathe in and out like that most of the time is that the body thinks you're getting rid of some water in your body, so then you have to go to the bathroom a lot. You get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom because you say the bladder's about to explode. Why? Because there's a hormone up here in this little pituitary gland that regulates that. And you're no longer getting that hormone into your blood system if you breathe through the mouth. You got to get up here, you got to get it up here. So everything comes up. So I want to show you 5 breaths, real simple breaths. And you can do them once or twice a week. If you want to change your health and wellness, if you want to change what's going on in your life, they're real simple to do. Take 10 minutes out of your life and just try these 5 breaths and then come back and tell me what's happened to your health and wellness. I know it changed my life. I'm in better shape now at 86 than I was at 63 when I retired and started really studying this. So what I've done, I've taken the East and the West and put it together to try to make you understand what's going on in your body with the Western way. And the Eastern way is to do these exercises that they developed for thousands of years. If you ever notice that in the East, they're slow, gentle moving exercises and breathing exercises. Why? Because it releases stress and tension from your body called inflammation. Inflammation is aging us. Inflammation is causing most of the problems in our body. We don't even know it's in there, but it's in there. You can touch spots sometimes and there's soreness, that's inflammation. The doctors are now calling it anti-aging. Anti-aging. So aging is causing our sedentary lifestyle. So a real simple way to get out of the sedentary lifestyle is to practice your breathing just a few times during the week. It's that simple. So let's learn those 5. There's 5 breaths that I've designed and set up so that you could get the full experience of your respiratory system. And all of those systems I showed you in the book will be affected by it. Why? Because it's going to put pressure on all those systems. Now what happens when you lift a barbell? You put pressure on the muscles, right? They get stronger. So if you put pressure on everything in your body, it'll get stronger. So it just starts to build up and get much better than what it was before. So let's try some of those breaths. So anytime you have any stress, any of you ever have any stress?
Yes.
Oh.
I created.
Yeah, Norm created the stress. So anytime you have stress, you want to slow the breath down. The slower you breathe, the longer you will live, the better health you will have. The faster you breathe, the faster you're going to have a breakdown in your health. You might live longer because the pharmaceutical drugs will keep you alive. Now remember, when we have some problems in our body, we go to the doctor, and the doctors are very, 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 very good. We have the best doctors in the world. People come all over the world. The hospitals are very, very, very good. And so are the pharmaceutical drugs. We have the best pharmaceutical drugs in the world. But remember, you go there when you have a symptom. A symptom. You have a pain in your knee, that's a symptom. I go to the doctor. I say, Doc, I got a pain in my knee. He says, here's your pharmaceutical drug. It'll kill the pain, and you're on your way. So he treats the symptom. That might get rid of the pain. I go back and say, Doc, still a pain in my knee? He says, okay, come on in next week on Tuesday and let's put a new knee in. And that'll get rid of it. And it will. And they're very good at doing those types of things. So they're treating the symptom, which my symptom was pain. But what caused the symptom? It wasn't the doctor, it wasn't the system, wasn't that. No, I caused what's going on in my body. So Qigong and Tai Chi is preventive. So if you learn to breathe properly, you'll prevent most of these things that are happening in your body. And I found that out over the last 25 years. It just totally amazes me that I'm even still alive. I'm about 10 years way beyond what normally you die at 74 when you're a male. So every day is a good day for me. So it's the respiratory system is one of the keys that the ancient energy masters figured out many years ago. And they'll have 31 ways of breathing. I want to show you 5 that I designed here just to help you. And remember, the longer the breath, the slower the breath, the longer you live, the slower you'll die. So or they'll end up dying. So let's just, most of us are through now. Let's just use our hands. You don't have to use your hands. You can go ahead and keep eating. You can do it without the hands. But let's use the hands just to practice. So if I have stress in my body, now I'm breathing at about 15 to 20 times per minute. I want to slow that down to about 10 breaths per minute. So all I do is to a slow breath. So remember, it says on the sheet there, if one of them's on nose breathing, be sure and read that. It's how you breathe through your nose now. The other one is on 5 breaths, and the first one is a stress breath. So if you want to get rid of stress in your life, you slow the breath down. So it's a slow breath. We want to slow it down to about 10. So we go here, we go 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. So that slowed the breath down to about 10-second breaths. That's about 6 breaths per minute. You can go a little in between there. Depends on your own ability and how the strength of your lungs. It's going to strengthen your lungs. So let's try 3 of those. You can do it with the hands or just breathe in with me. So breathe in and breathe out. Now through the nose, I'm breathing through the mouth because I'm talking. I have no choice. My mouth is open. It's best to close your mouth if you're doing it, but I can't do that. So what I want to do is get it right into my pituitary gland and release some hormones up there. And there's 10 different hormones. You've got oxytocin up there. It's a brain and heart fitness hormone. You've got human growth hormones. If you want to build strength, it's going to release into the muscles. You've got all kinds of vasopressin is the one that'll help you with the moisture in your body, so you don't have to get up and go pee all the time during the night and wakes you up and it disturbs your sleeping. So let's do 3 of those. So breathe in. And now feel all the stress leaving. Feel the heart relaxing. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relax. Again. So that's a stress breath. That's going to take some of the stress out of your life. Whatever it is that's bothering you, all of a sudden it'll start to go away because you slowed the breath down. Now if you want to get into the tension, now you've got tension all over your body. Tension is inflammation. It's all over your body. As a matter of fact, just take your fingers here and we'll look for some tension in a couple of places on the body. Put them right under the ear on the big bone. Right under the earlobe, go clear up so you're touching the earlobe up here, you know. And there's 2 bones. Get between the bones and push in forcefully. Push into the ear, not down low, up to the ear. Any soreness in there? There is, say, du chi. So Bob's got some soreness in there. So you didn't know that soreness was in there. That's inflammation. So your brain's not quite getting as much blood as it should because it's like a bruise. So we'll just massage it a little bit both directions and then pump it and brush it out. Now those spots are all over your body. And with the proper breathing, they start to release. That inflammation starts to leave your body, and that inflammation is what the doctors are telling us. Stanford, Harvard, and Cal tells us 60 to 90% of our doctor appointments are coming from stress and tension in our body. If we get some of it out, breathing will help you get that out. Now let's try another point. Some of you didn't have a pressure, didn't have a problem there. Come right here on the neck and come below the collarbone. Find the bones right here in the ribs. Take your end of your thumb, not the flat part of your thumb, but the end of your thumb, right here with the fingernail. Push in between the ribs. Any soreness in there? That's some du chi over there. Any soreness? Let me help you.
Too much on. Yeah, what are we feeling?
Just soreness.
The what?
Is it sore in there?
No. Well, yeah. You're
Yeah.
making it sore.
Okay. So if you push between the ribs, there's soreness. You didn't know that soreness was in there.
Right.
That is inflammation. That's aginess. So we need to get it out with gentle, slow exercises, not fast. We don't go out and run a block. We don't go lift heavy weights or anything like that. Slow. Respiratory will help get that stress and tension out of your body. And it's causing a lot. Why do we have a lot of stress and tension in our body? We have a sedentary lifestyle. You see, the body was invented before cars. So what did we do if we didn't have cars? We had to walk. We had to do things. We had to move. Now we don't have to move. We sit and drive all the time. So we're like the monks that used to be in the temples. All these exercises were invented for the monks in the temples because they'd meditate 6 or 8 hours a day. We're all meditators. We meditate 6 or 8 hours a day. We never stand up. We never walk around. If we do, we walk very little. Most of the time we're driving. But that's okay if you just rebalance the body every once in a while. So the second breath is for tension. That's tension in your body. Those pressure points, that's tension. So how do you get the tension out? You extend the breath a little bit longer. So now we're going to extend a little bit longer. We'll do 3 breaths. So breathe in. And out. Now let go of the tension. You can feel the tension leaving the body. Now we're slowing down to probably 6 or 7 breaths per minute. One more time. So now that's for tension. Now you know how to get rid of stress and tension in your body. You breathe. You know, your mother probably told you a lot of times, breathe, breathe, breathe. Because it got the stress and tension out of your body. Now we want to relax the body. Now we get to what we call an in-out breath, and that's going to extend the breath even longer and get rid of that inflammation that's in the body. So the in-out breath. We're going to breathe in 2 times, but now we're going to start moving this body. Movement is medicine. It's the best medicine you can do for your body, better than all the pharmaceuticals that you're taking. If you move, it puts a lot of lymph fluid into the blood too. And when we breathe, all these ribs attached to our back, and that's in those joints are lymph nodes. And when you squeeze and release the lymph nodes, it releases lymph fluid. Your lymph system is a sewage system that takes all the toxins out of your body, all the crap out of your body, so to speak. So we want to get all of that toxins out of the body with the lymph fluid. So, and then bring in some clear, clean lymph fluid that will start to heal the body. So we got lymph veins and we got lymph nodes. The nodes only open if you squeeze and release them. So when you breathe in and out with the chest here, it starts to squeeze those lymph nodes where any joint in your body has lymph nodes. The body was made to walk like this, and when it does, it releases lymph fluid. We don't walk anymore, so breathing is one way to get a lot of lymph fluid in. So now we're going to do an in and out breath. Now this time we're going to push the stomach out on the in breath. So breathe in. See, my stomach is out. Now I want my chest to come out, so I'm going to breathe in again. Now I can feel everything up here moving and my ribs moving right into my back, and then I'm going to release. So that's slowing it down even more. I'm doing a 3-part breath. Three-part. Now I've got it down to about 6 breaths per minute. So that's a relaxing breath. You get you relaxed. All of you got a little more relaxed when you do that type of breathing. Now I want to get some energy in my body. I don't have a watch with me, so. Okay, plenty of time. So I want to get a lot of energy into my body. So now it's called an energy breath. Now remember, if you look at this chart you've got here, each breath has a name. And on the other side, each breath has a key for breathing medicine. So we've got the stress breath. What do we do with our breath? Slow. So we got the tension breath. What do we do? Slow and long. So see, the second breath is slow and long. Now the third breath we just did was relaxing. What do we do?
Slow, long, soft.
Soft. So you got stress, you got tension, and you got relaxing. So you use the keys to that. And each key will relax the body more and get you healthier and get you well. We're trying to prevent, we're trying to heal. The body is a natural healer. It'll heal itself. It really does work to heal itself. With the help of the doctors, we've got the best doctors in the world, then we can make a big gain in what we're doing. So that's the relaxing breath. So it's soft. So let's try it again. Now push the stomach out. Now my stomach's out. Now pull my chest out. Now it's going up into my nose and my head, and then I'm going to have a soft. And that relaxes me. So if I'm sitting at home doing these breathing exercises, so again, it's the in, out breath. And I'll probably be watching the seconds that I'm doing it to make sure it's getting slower. Now, each breath has another step, and it has another key to doing it. So the fourth one is the energy breath. And what's the key for energy breath?
Calm.
Calm. Okay, we found it on the list there. I want to make sure you can understand what I put together there so that you can understand what you do if you get home and you're practicing it yourself. So now we want to calm the breath down. It's going to give us energy. So we're going to hold the breath up here. So it's a 4 steps. So now we got 4 steps. We had the in and out. That was 3 steps. Now we got 4 steps. So we breathe in, and then we breathe in again. Now we hold. Now very calmly. Now we're starting to build some energy in the body. So in, stomach's out, chest is out. Feel it in the top of your lungs. You get in a little oxygen starved. That's a little pressure on your cardiovascular system. It's going to get stronger, and you're going to have lower blood pressure. And release. Again. Hold. So it also works the brain. Your brain's going to get a lot stronger. You're going to have a lot less dementia. Why? You're putting some stress and tension, just like you put stress and tension on those muscles when you lift those barbells or you do any of those kinds of things. The body's the same way. The more stress and tension you put on it, the stronger it gets, the more it begins to function properly. It's the sedentary lifestyle that's not letting it function properly. Now the 5th breath is a healing breath. So now we got the healing breath. The body will heal itself. It's got everything in it that it needs. You can look at this book from where's that book from? Smithsonian Institute. And you'll find that everything in there, the body's designed to heal itself. But sometimes we need help from the doctors and things. But what's happening with the doctors is that so many of us, you see, we're not taught to do any of these things ourselves or take care of our own health. We're taught to wait until we have so much pain or discomfort that we have to go to the doctor. Now the doctor is going to treat the symptom, as I said, but here's what's happening with the doctors. We've got so many of us trying to get in to see the doctors. If you called your doctor today, when could you get in? What would he tell you? June. If you're lucky. Yeah, May or June maybe. And if something's really hurting, what does he tell you to do or she tell you to do?
Go to urgent care.
Yeah, go to the ER. So the system is not working properly. We can't get in to see the doctors that we need to get in to see the doctors. And when we do get in, they treat the symptoms. And now they're all working for corporate America. They no longer work for themselves. Sorry, everyone at Dignity Health has a contract with Dignity Health. Everyone who works for Sutter has one there. Insurance companies usually control most of these things. So they only give you 15 minutes now. So they don't have time to help you with anything to prevent. They used to in the old days, but it's not the old days anymore. It's these days. And 15 minutes, if they don't see someone every 15 minutes, their corporation's on their case to get more patients in there. That's how they make money. Why? Why? Because they're stockholders and we drive everything to the bottom line. I worked for American Express. Everything we did was not for anyone but the stockholders. Drive it to the bottom line, they used to tell us, get some more stock. And that's what's happening with our healthcare system because we're so busy, we just can't keep up with it. So it's changing the whole system of how the doctors treat us. So we have to learn to do some of these things ourselves if we want to prevent it. All the other nations always have. Why? They don't have the healthcare system we do. They're in trouble if they can't take care of themselves. So they learn to take care of themselves. If you go to India, they got yoga, slow, gentle. You got karate. You got Tai Chi, you got Qigong, you got Reiki in Japan. All of these, you learn to move energy and take care of yourself and let the body heal itself because they don't have the healthcare system we do. Now we're depending totally on our healthcare system and we broke it. We can't all get in at the same time to see our doctors. And the doctors don't have time now to teach us any of these things, so you have to do a lot of it yourself, and that's what Qigong and Tai Chi is all about, and that's the kind of systems that I designed. So if we want the healing breath, now we're going to make it even longer. When I sat down to do my breathing exercises for 10 minutes usually, maybe once or twice a week, my goal is to do 1 breath per minute. Not 20, but 1. So that means I've got to really strengthen everything in my body and get more strength throughout the whole system and build it up, get my lungs so they're functioning much better. And that's what breathing exercises do. So don't try to do 1 minute breaths, but try to do maybe 2 or 3 breaths per minute. You'll be able to do that within a week. You'll be able to breathe 2 or 3 breaths in a minute rather than 20 that you're breathing right now. So this is a healing breath. So let's try the healing breath. All the other breaths before us. So inhale, the stomach pushes out, exercising everything. Now it's tight, and then chest, it's tight. Now we hold. You can feel the inside of your body. Sometimes it'll feel like it's going to explode. If you do, you're putting a lot of stress and tension on all your systems in your body. And then a long out breath. And hold. Let the body heal. Now you're down. That was about a 20-second breath. So in again. Hold. Hold. Again, we're about three per minute. Stomach, chest, everything's moving in my body. Hold. Now the systems are getting really stressed and they're getting very strong from that stress. And then I release. And I hold again. You feel it's really getting really tight in here. And then breathe, just a normal breath. And that puts you back to normal. So those are the 5 breaths. They're not that hard to learn. They're not that hard to do. I've got them all on the sheet here so that you can understand exactly what to do. And breathing through the nose is going to make a huge difference in what you're doing with your body also. Now, questions, go ahead.
Would you use this routine each day to build up your...
Absolutely. If you could use it each day, if you've got the time to do that, if you've got an extra 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to change your life very rapidly. You're going to find you're going to have more energy.
So your capacity would build
Yeah.
up as you...
Now I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. Usually it's my 2nd grade teacher gave me a paddling. I had to reach over and grab my ankles and boom. In those years they had capital punishment. It was okay. I was pretty bad. So every once in a while, Mrs. Briscoe, wakes me up at 2 in the morning. It's always something from way back in your life, It's nothing current. It's always something that happened in your life. So I start my breathing exercises at night in bed. So it doesn't matter whether you're sitting, standing like I am, or where you're lying down in bed. I'll just start my breathing exercises again. And then I'll hold. I won't be using my hands. And hold, and that's bringing me back into my calmness so I can sleep again. And then I'm in a state of calmness again. I fall asleep again. Or I might just use one of the breaths. I might just use my calm breath or my relaxing breath, whichever breath it is that I decide to use. And there's other breathing exercises. I teach those in workshops usually that will really relax the body if you wake up in the middle of the night. There's a lot of them. There's embryonic breathing, where you breathe in between the perineum and the anus, where you were conceived as a baby, and it's very slow and gentle breath. It's through the belly again. Abdominal breathing. But there's all kinds of breathing exercise. I usually teach some of them in the workshops. But these are 5 I put together. You can use anywhere, anytime. They're fast to learn, easy to learn. It'll change your life. It'll change your health and everything that's going on in your life.